My name is Camille Kaye. I was born and raised in Kingston, Jamaica. I started dancing and singing while I was there. I decided to move to Miami after high school at Immaculate. Hey. So after high school, I moved here to Miami. Okay, so my childhood was actually pretty interesting and awesome. I grew up with my parents, clearly, that loved music. They both love music, like to the highest degree. So I grew up listening to all kinds of stuff on Sunday mornings when they would be cleaning. And it was interesting to see how, or it's now interesting to see how those things are influencing what I do musically. But my childhood was pretty simple. I went to prep school in Kingston. Then I went to high school and I started dancing while I was in high school. I was dancing in kindergarten, but I didn't do it seriously until I went to high school. And then I started dancing there and joined a couple of dance companies in Jamaica. Shout out to Dance Theatre Jamaica, Zymaka, and Wilma's Dance Troupe. Um, so yeah, I danced for a really long time. There about 8 years. And then the music bug was always there, but I didn't really tap into it until I got here, right before I came to Miami. So, yeah, it's pretty normal, I think. So it's interesting. I actually got very attached to Mariah Carey because my mom used to play her album in the car on the way to school like every morning. So at first I didn't actually like her because I had to listen to her so much. And then I actually listened and I was like, this is amazing. You know, like I started feeling like her music was just speaking to me and I was like, this is amazing. She's making me feel better. She doesn't know who I am. She has no idea what I'm going through. But just the fact that, you know, whatever she was singing was written and portrayed so well, it touched something in me. And I was like, you know what? Like, I want to do that for people. I want to be able to make music that makes people feel like, oh, you're not the only person, or, you know, like, to affect their emotions, whether positively, well, usually positively, you know. So yeah, so Mariah Carey was a very big influence. I wouldn't like to say I have a specific idol now because I have a lot of artists that I really, you know, look up to, like Beyonce. I love her. Rihanna, I love her. Mariah Carey still, and I love Lauryn Hill. So you know, there are lots of people that influenced me as an artist, and that I look up to even now, since then and now. So I was doing music since I was in Jamaica. I was very shy to sing before because I was a dancer and everybody knew me as a dancer. So I got very confident as a dancer and entertainer. I never thought that music would have been something I'd be able to do just because, you know, growing up in Jamaica, you don't really see how you can get to that point. You know, I grew up seeing like artists in America and how they got, you know, to where they were and how they succeeded, and I just couldn't even see how that was possible then. Um, until I actually met this producer named Super Hype in Jamaica. He produced Dirty Wine. If you guys know Jamaican music and you've heard of Dirty Wine, he produced that. And he started me off. He was like, okay, here's your music, right? I've never written a song in my life, mind you. And he was just like, okay, you want to be a singer? Here you go, right? And I did it. And then after that, I was just like, you know, this is kind of amazing. And it made me happy to do it. I mean, I kind of always was attached to music and I felt like I always wanted to do it. I just didn't know how. And then, you know, he came into my life, to keep it simple, and we just started working, and since then and it didn't stop. So I wrote one song and I just kept going since then. And you know, it was very hard to make the decision to do it for real because there's so many people that will say, you know, it's so hard, and you know, not everybody gets it and gets to where you probably want to go with it. But you know, I kind of just made a decision that I was like, I don't care because it's what makes me happy, and I just decided to do that and go for it. So personally, I am very chill. I'm very laid back. But you know, being a performer, I'm so used to being very ready to be presented all the time. Um, so it's a very interesting, you know, oxymoron type effect. But it's fun, you know, because I'm a laid back person, but I'm still a super creative person. And, you know, like I grew up in Jamaica, so I'm very influenced by dancehall and reggae music and all of that stuff. But I grew up listening to Mariah Carey, like I said. So, you know, R&B is a very big part of my heart and my life. And that spilled over into music because what I do is a mixture of dancehall, which is like the hip hop version of reggae, and R&B. So I grew up listening to to these two different worlds, and you know, it influenced me as a person, how I dress, what what I like to put on, very hip hop sometimes, and my music is reflective of that, just because I make music that's like natural to me, so it just comes out in whatever I do, I guess. So. So whenever I write a song, usually I get the track and I kind of get the vibe of whatever I feel the track is trying to, you know, portray. And then based on that, I will either use a life experience, or I will prove from somebody else that I know, or if it's like a fun track, then I'll just write about whatever is fun that, like, you know, I see that people enjoy or that I enjoy, and I put that into the music. So it's I get inspired and by a lot of different types of things, and I use a lot of different types of content to actually create lyrics and stuff, but mostly it is from personal experience. I would say the biggest challenge as an artist or just a creative person in general is, you know, finding a really good team that is dedicated and consistent and passionate about what they do. And then also funding really is usually a big part of it, because to be an artist, there's so many things that you have to do, so many avenues that have to be covered, and you can always figure them out without, you know, like funding, but it's so much easier and faster to get those things done when you do have something that's pushing you from behind, or when you know the right people that can give you the resources that you need to get stuff done. So I would say the biggest challenge is either funding for different projects, because I have a lot of big ideas and they would cost a lot of money to produce. So in Miami, actually, I love to death the entire Wynwood district, which is very wide. But in Wynwood, I really love Kush and Koyo Taco, because they have double eyes on Wednesdays, and it is like Jamaica in Miami. I love it. But yeah, there's so many awesome stuff. Steve's Pizza in North Miami Beach is amazing as well. Like, I love them. I'm a foodie, so I love their pizza. And shout out to Mr. Cheesiest. Do we do that? Shout out to Mr. Cheesiest. That's where we are right now. It's so awesome looking, and yeah, their sweet potato fries are amazing. So you can find my music, behind the scenes, photos, videos, all that good stuff. You can find on my website at CamilleKaye.com. You can also hit up my Facebook, my Instagram. I'm on Instagram all the time. My Snapchat is awesome. I have videos on YouTube, and I have music on iTunes. I just released a song called Loving You. Make sure you guys go download that. It is doing amazing in the UK as well as here. We're pushing it, and it's exciting. So make sure you guys go watch all of that stuff and check it out.